Okay, we're going to talk now about this site. It's GoToMeeting. GoToMeeting.com is the company. They provide you the facility to run meetings, webinars and training online. The one we're interested here is the GoToWebinar feature. So one of the big benefits of this company is that they offer you a free 30-day trial. So you can have a go, you can use it and see what it's like. You can have webinars of up to 1,000 people, so that's very, very good. You can set up the webinars very easily, works on a Mac or a PC, and has integrated audio conferencing, so you can save everything as well. So this is fantastic. Let's have a look here at the plans and pricing, just so you can see what they offer for you. So you can see here, go to webinar. They give you a few different options here. If you want up to 100 people, it's $99 a month. Up to 500, it's $400 a month, and up to 1,000, it's $500 a month. You can try it free. So basically, yeah, if you're going to do a one-off, then create a free account and run the webinar. If we click on the try it free, you'll see you can run a webinar with up to 100 people. So that's not too bad at all. But it's a good start, really. Now, one of the benefits of GoToMeeting is it's very, very well known. If we look here at the features, you can see some of the features of this site. So for you as the person who's running it, you can schedule it using a form. So here's sort of the form. People can register, you can brand it, you can set up practice you can have practice sessions beforehand, which is fantastic. Now obviously we will talk about practice sessions and how important they are. You can have email templates as well. For attendees, you can see here it's self-service registration. There's automated reminder emails, and if they use Outlook, obviously it can integrate with the Outlook calendar, which is fantastic. So here's the control panel. This shows you can see it goes down quite a bit there. So you can see sort of what you can see. It tells you you're on air. You can stop showing your screen. You can show your screen. You can use the keyboard and mouse, etc., etc. Here it tells you how long you've got. Tells you how many attendees there are and how many are paying attention. Now this is quite useful. It always freaks people out. It's basically how many have got the window active and how many haven't. You can see the questions that you've got and polls, and again you can look at the audience, you can look at your attendees, you can see their names and see sort of other information about them here. So you can see here one of the features is you can record your webinar. You have a which is obviously great because you can use it for future use. You have a pen and a highlighter, a spotlight and arrow tools, which helps you point to things on the screen. You can share your whole desktop. You can change presenters easily. You can see there's a button there. You can transfer keyboard and mouse control, and then you can see again if you go down, you can use the telephone, mic and speakers, and then here you have your polls and you have your questions here. So you can see people asking questions as well, and then you've got sort of chats at the end. You can see it's very, very easy to use. Very easy for them to join your webinar. They have an option to here. You can see it raise their hands to get your attention. They can type in questions, join in polls, or chat down here as well. And then if we just continue down, you can see you can get toll-free audio services if you want. And then afterwards you can get sort of feedback. So you got options to provide detailed reports on registrations. You can survey people. You can see reports on everything that happened. And again, you can see that there's sort of more options there for sort of multi users and organisations. So it's very, very good, really. I think it is. It's very useful. If we click on how it works, again, we can sort of have another look at it. But I think it's a very, very good feature. And GoToMeeting is one that people really like. It's very popular with internet marketers. You can see here what you do is you schedule your webinar. So you give them a time, date, description, title. Then you invite people to register, so you can fill in sort of forms and invite them from there. You remind them to attend, so you can see here you can send out 3 reminders. So you can set one for a few days, 1 day and an hour. And you can link there to include it in their Outlook calendar. You can prepare for it. So you can look at any of their registration responses. You can practice a few times to get yourself good at it. You can see how many people have registered and so on and so forth. And then obviously you present your webinar. So they've spent a lot of time. I mean, a big part of GoToWebinar is aimed at corporates and companies, but as internet marketers, it's still very, very useful for us. There you can see our screen. You can choose, people can choose that either to come in via their mics and speakers or telephones. You can see your control panel, you can see what people can see on your screen. Attendees see what you show them, so this is what they see. Then they can raise their hands and submit questions using this little control panel over here. And then of course you can get some polls there and see what, ask people questions and get them to interact with you, which of course is very, very good. Then of course we've got the evaluation. So you can see people can rate the webinar, see what they think of it, and you can see how many people attended, how many surveys, etc., etc. So it's very, very good, and you can have all sorts of reports if you want. And then you can send a follow-up email if you want to. So you can see GoToMeeting.com is actually quite a good site. It really is. It's very interesting, and it has a lot of good features on it. It is a little bit pricey. I mean, most of us are going to want more than 100 people on our webinar. So you're looking at $400 a month, which is quite a lot. I think that's why a lot of internet marketers, and of course I didn't say this at all, is a lot of people, if they're running the occasional webinar, will just sign up for a new free account, run their webinar or two, and then cancel it before they get billed. So that's one way of doing it. But it is a good site. It's got a lot of features. It's very professional, and it's very professional because it is aimed at big companies. So this is aimed at sort of companies using this for their staff. So it's GoToMeeting, as I said, is one of the options available to you. Now, some of you may well have fallen off your chair at the price of GoToMeeting. It's not cheap, is it? $400 a month. And unfortunately for many marketers, particularly smaller marketers, $400 a month is a lot of money and really beyond their reach. So there's another company called dimdim.com. They are another web hosting, webinar hosting company. So they do similar things to the site we were previously on, GoToMeetings. Now this is their site. You can see some good information here. They hold online meetings, webinars, etc., etc. Now you can see there's 3 levels of membership. You have Pro, Webinar, and Business. Now their 1,000-person events, which is this one, is $65 a month. So it's telling you that basically you can go to GoToWebinar and pay $500 a month, or you can go to them and only pay $65 a month. So you can, they do other things as well that like whiteboard and other features. So you can try this for free. So again, it's very, very useful. Here we are. This is the Pro version. So this is a good one to start with. It basically allows you to enjoy meetings and pro features with 50 people. So it's $25 a month. But you can see, you can record your meetings, you can share applications or windows, you can share additional webcams, you can customize your room, you can change what attendees see, you can store files, you can conduct polls. You can see there's some good stuff there. And you can see here the different options. So if we go for this one, Dim Webinar, we can have up to 1,000 people on there. which is absolutely fantastic, and we can do sort of the group and audience management, which is really what we're after. So it's a very good alternative. You can see they've got a user guide and a quick reference guide there as well, and you can get started and use their free trial here. You can get more info as well, so let's just go and look at there, compare the products, and we'll see some of the differences in them. Again, you can see here that I've got a 1,000 person room. Fantastic. I've got 2 gigs of storage. I can have up to 4 people participating as hosts. Public and private chat. I can make anyone a presenter. I've got audio conferencing, and you can see there's lots and lots of other features. Conduct live polls. That's very important. And we get sort of reports as well, and so on. So it's a very, very useful tool. What I wanted to do was just show you an alternative to GoToMeeting. GoToMeeting is the one that most people think of when they think of running a webinar online, but $400 a month is a lot of money. It really, really is. So a lot of people aren't going to be willing to pay that. However, $65 a month, that I'm a lot happier with. That means that I can, most of us will be able to afford this. Even if we only stay members for a month or 2 while we run our webinars, it doesn't really matter. You can cancel your membership afterwards, but it's still significantly cheaper than GoToMeeting. Has pretty much the same features, and they do video tours, and you can sign up for a free trial if you want, and just have a good look and see what it's all like. So this is dimdim.com. As I said, it's an alternative to GoToMeeting, and as I said, at the price, you're not going to grumble at the difference in price. You're saving $430 by using this site. So which one you choose is entirely up to you, but they do have the free version with some very basic features that basically will allow you to do sort of small 10 ones. So you could always do some 10 user ones if you wanted to, and then obviously move up to the larger ones. So up to you which one you choose to use. But these are just 2 of them. There are many more. If you search for webinar host or webinar company or webinar on Google, many more will come up. But these are just 2 of the more popular ones. And as I said, I wanted to show you 2 at different ends of the sort of budget range, so that you can really realise that there's plenty of options available to you, and that webinars really aren't outside of your reach. If I just shown you GoToMeetings, you might be thinking, I can never run a webinar. I can't afford $500 a month. Here though, $65 a month plus a free trial. You can't complain at that, can you? So GoToMeeting is the first site, and DimDim is the second. Both of these are very reliable, well-known webinar hosting companies that you could possibly use.